Filip Jastrzębski, Polish Radio. Question to Kinga. How do you generate motivation before the last game? Well, actually, I'm thinking that when you play with an eagle on the t-shirt, it's easy because we are representing a country. And this is a great responsibility as well as a privilege. So the sheer fact of being here and the possibility of playing on during such great championships is a motivation in itself. And a question to the coach. Madam, can we compare Denmark to Germany or Sweden? What's the difference in levels? And where is representation of Denmark compared to Poland? Well, the teams that we were playing against in this group, they are teams that have a common denominator. So first of all, great intensity of the game. Also, they are teams that have similar styles in a way, but I have to admit that Denmark is trying to be the most flexible in terms of tactics, because the Germans play in a very specific way. We know that. The Swedish too are a team that can accelerate really well, they regulate the speed of the game very well, and the Danish players change settings very frequently. They try to look for temporary advantages in different sectors depending on where the ball is. So in this case, it's a different team than the ones we've already played against. And in terms of intensity of the game and the quality, definitely this is a similar team to previous teams we played against. Hello, Mateusz Ignara, Radio Z. Kinga, starting with you. Several good interventions during the game with the Swedes. But I'm thinking that when you're playing a game for honor, you have to, for example, leave way for your colleague as a goalkeeper. Do you know whether you're going to be playing at all? I'm not sure if it's a question to me. Well, I'm asking if you know. I don't know. I'm preparing for the game as for any other game, 100% during the training, and the final decision is not up to me. Well, I wanted to ask you some more. What do you think about in your individual play so far? Well, for sure, I think that I am satisfied with my approach and with my mental preparation because I didn't feel stressed too much. I had only positive emotions. I was focused on my tasks. For me, it's frustrating. It's obvious because if you lose any goal, it's frustrating for a goalkeeper. So especially when I catch the ball, I am satisfied, and it's going to be for me a good lesson here. I will work even harder in the future. But I do my best, and this is what I'm always going to do. A question to the coach, a similar question. Will there be a change in the goalkeeper during that game tomorrow? Well, I think it's too early for you to ask a question about the composition for tomorrow. But I see no reason why in the most important matches, and Euro championships are the most important, I see no reason not to put the strongest players. So you always have to put the strongest players. And it's not like I know everything today. But remember, certain personal arrangements were worked out in advance. And we want to play our best with the Danish team. So everybody wants to do that. But we will try to make sure that this is the strongest team from the very beginning. The second question to the coach. Will this match be different? Will you be experiencing it differently, madam? Are you getting ready differently for it? I don't know. Because if you're asking about the game itself, I prepare in the same way for every game. It's not like an exceptional game for me, although it's exceptional because it's the European Championships. So this is what I tell to my players as well. You never know what might happen in a moment. And I try to interpret what is going on here and now and learn my lessons. But this is a game during the finals of European Women's Championships, and myself and my team, we want to be best prepared for that game. We still have a stake to play for. This is a tournament during which we want to, have one goal more than the opponent. We want to show unity, harmony, and what sort of a team we are. But if you're asking how I prepare for the games, I've been doing it in the same way for many years. So it's not going to be different today, even though that this game tomorrow is going to be exceptional for me tomorrow. Hello, Dawid Szymczak, Sport.pl. A question to both you ladies. As we listen to what you talk about at conferences, it looks like these championships are going to be a lesson for you. If so, personally, what was your lesson so far during the championships, and what are the demands that you learned about? Well, let me answer very quickly. The lessons and analysis and conclusions will be drawn after the tournament, after we finished participation in it. But I wanted to point out that everything that's happening here, it's the highest possible level, European level, but also global level, because European teams are on a very high level when it comes to organization of the game, and not only. So definitely we will use that to make sure we develop our team and to make sure that the Polish women's football benefits from it. So definitely we will analyze all the lessons and implement them in our game in the future, in the training of the basics even. Kinga hasn't answered yet. Well, if you're asking me, first and foremost, I've already said it before, details make the difference. It's all about details when you fight against the best teams. And I think we were able to learn a lot and see how important it is to be disciplined and stick to discipline even if you don't have any more strength. So it's the most important thing. So our unity, our cooperation is a good foundation for us, and we will definitely stick to it in the future, and we will build on that. Wojciech Nowakowski, Kinga. Before the tournament, there was a change in the rules. Right now, you as goalkeepers can keep the ball in your hands for 8 seconds, but if it's longer, there might be a penalty kick. And do you feel like more pressure? And did you notice that the referee is more focused on that, on this rule? If I'm honest, I haven't really sensed it. I didn't really focus on it too much before the games. When you play, it's not a problem. There was 1 or 2 situations where indeed I saw the referee who was making some gestures. She was counting on her fingers. But I think this approach to just focus on your game and not focus on other things is the most important for us as goalkeepers. Question to the coach. So it's really bad if after 2 games the Danish team have got 0 points. And I wanted to ask you, which of the teams is Denmark more dependent on her coach than Poland dependent on its coach? I was waiting 4 years to ask this question.
Kinia, pomożesz?
Kinga, can you help me?
Nie będę tutaj w żaden sposób tego pytania
Well,
analizować jakoś
I'm not going to analyze your question in depth, but I have to say that the Danish team without Pernilla is a totally different team than with her. And it's something that has impact on every area of the game. But if we were to compare Eva or Pernilla, well, they are totally different profiles. Eva is a typical person who is very active. Pernilla is more tactical. She's a visible hybrid. She is very free in terms of her tactics. So I suppose that in her team, she makes a lot of decisions. So definitely she has a huge impact on how the Danish team is playing. Marek Ignasiewicz, TVP Info. A question to Kinga. It's going to be a difficult question because I wanted to ask you about Paulina Dudek. 45 minutes into the game with Germany, it was 0-0. Then Paulina went missing. And tell me, what do you think? Did it have a big impact, the injury of Paulina? Did it have a big impact on the mindset of the rest of the team? Well, I think that Paulina is a person for us on the team who's one of the leaders, and she's a very important part of the team. She's a very vocal player who takes also full responsibility. She forwards the information, so for sure she has certain assets. But I don't want to say here that or blame someone that we lost 2-0 because she left the pitch. We play together as a team and we have to carry responsibility as a team. We were really sorry because of the whole situation and because of the fact that she had to leave the pitch injured. These are difficult moments. We all want to do our best. We want to be there for the team. And there are some random situations on which you don't have any impact. And I can only imagine how hard it must have been for her. Coming back to your question. Well, like I said, the responsibility for the game, responsibility for the result is on the shoulders of the whole team. Question to the coach. I wanted to ask about the nature of the game with Denmark. With the Swedes, with Germany, we were focused on countering. And do you feel like you want to focus on making sure that the ball is more often close to the leg? During this game, are we able to play slightly differently than before? If you're thinking we are planning to play defend ourselves mainly and focus on counterattack, you're wrong. Because this is one of the possibilities of running the game. This is our benefit or our asset, and the Swedish team took it away from us, and it was really hard for us back then. But we have our own solutions, and the most important thing is to make sure that they work. But please remember that the demand to be dominant on the pitch and to dominate the opponent, it's not yet possible. This demand is not yet possible. So we try to balance our game, both in attack and in defense. Although in the two previous games, our opponents were so strong that they dominated those games, and we were trying in every possible way to find our way towards their goal. And the German team, here it was easier for us to find the space because they were attacking with 8 players. So we were really quick and efficient when it comes to taking away the ball. The Swedish team, well, they are arranged slightly differently, a different style of the game, so it was harder for us to oppose the conditions that were set forward by the opponent. With Denmark, we want to do everything we can to be more offensive. Well, in each game, actually, we have a plan for the offensive and for the attack. But I have a peace of mind that if we are more calm, we will be able to attack. Whether we will have ball longer or not, this is not our goal. Dawid Brilowski, tvpsport.pl. A standard question about the health of Paulina Dudek, since we mentioned her. She wasn't at the training today. Does it mean she's not going to play tomorrow? Yes. And the rest of the team, everything is okay? Yes, all players apart from Paulina Dudek are ready to play. Krzysztof Saniski, Wirtualna Polska. So we played with Germans, with League of Nations, with Swedes as well, but with the Danish team we haven't yet played when you were the coach. Does it change anything for tomorrow's game? Because you only have a theoretical point of reference and videos. Yes, it should be beneficial for us. It should be beneficial for us. But I think that it doesn't really have any bigger impact on our preparations for the game. Kinga, question to you. We heard you speaking after the play with the Swedes, and you were really sorry. But looking at those 5 situations, could you have done something more? Because when Jellebrand was shooting, no. Tanja Bakstenius, also you couldn't do anything more. So can you say with pure heart that you couldn't do anything more because those shots were so precise? Well, I'm not going to say that. Analyzing that game, I have to say that the position of a goalkeeper is very complex. And the details are very important. And details have impact on the intervention, how you arrange your body, where your weight is located. So it's decisive whether you're attacking the ball, you're moving after the ball. It's all decisive. And then there's either a goal or there's no goal. I focus on the development. I try to look at all those situations as something that is within my reach, something that I can work on. And as a consequence, I hope I will be able to defend such situations. It's the only way for me. This is how I've been functioning all my life as I have been playing football, and this is what I'm going to focus on. And I will not say that I couldn't have defended those goals. Okay, question to the coach. In December this year, we are supposed to find out who's going to organize championships in 2029. And did you work on that? Because there is a candidacy of Poland. Poland also wants to host Euro championships in 4 years. Well, in 2025 already, we wanted to be the host of the championships, so why not? But did you manage to hear something? Did you talk to anyone about it? First of all, today, I don't want to dig into this topic. Ever since we started to be a candidate for a host, we keep focusing on preparations for championships. But the championships are right now, so it's really important. For our team, it's really important to regularly participate in such events, to keep developing and to compete with the best in the world, because there is no doubt that competing with the teams that we have in our group, well, these are the best teams in the world. And for sure, we learn a lot in many dimensions because the team, the players, the staff, everybody keeps developing. The federation knows how to organize, how to cooperate during such a big females championship. So they also have their checklists. And on the other hand, if you look at training, and training is also very important to me, we see what areas we have to work on to make sure that the future generation of female football players have a chance to participate in such championships, starting with youth, but also thinking about the future, thinking about the first female team. So participating in such tournaments is an incredible possibility to develop for the whole football, the whole football milieu. So if we are applying, then we have to do everything our best, everything we can to win and being the host. Kinga, a question to you. Your vision in 4 years, what do you think about the championships in Poland? And from point of view of a Polish person and a football player, what we as a country could offer in the context of such international tournament? Do you think it's doable? Can you comment on that so that others hear it? Well, for sure, this would be a great prestige for us as a country. And for sure, it would be a great opportunity for us to change the perception of Poland, perception of female football in Poland. When we organize such championships in Poland, we will be able to convince the whole Europe, the whole world, that Poland is a country that hosts people with open arms during such events, that people can feel safe and secure, they can enjoy football, because we all love football, but it will be a great opportunity for sure. Well, but now we are during these championships, so it's hard for me to think about the future. I want to be here and now and focus on what's ahead of us, and that's the game tomorrow with Denmark. Paulina Chylewska, TVP Sport. Question to the coach. Are you able to tell us, madam, about the physical condition of the whole team and individual players after 2 very intensive games? Well, for sure, we need to realize that these were 2 very intensive games. Very intensive tournament. It is very demanding. But we are ready. We are prepared that we have to live up to this challenge. Everybody has to realize that at this level, with this intensity, with such opponents, it's the first time for us. But I don't want anyone to comment in any other way. This is how you play at such tournaments. You have to be regenerated before the game and then take on the effort with full focus and full engagement. So I'm very convinced that the whole team will approach the game tomorrow like that. Piotr Jawor, Interia. Coach, let me ask about the Danish, which were the only ones in the tournament which ran more than 120 kilometers. Does it impress you or not? Well, my team also exceeds different barriers during the games, and it's also very interesting. So we have to realize that we are in such a group. This is a group where you can't run less. You have to run very intensively. The opponents have specific physical conditions, and we are not looking for any problems. For us, it's obvious, and we want to oppose that in a specific way. For sure, what I like, and I have to say it, is the fact that my players, maybe not always, just like in the first game, but in the second it was better. But anyway, we are able to adapt to the demands of the game.
popełniamy później różnego
Sure,
rodzaju
we make
błędy
different
związane z tym, że
mistakes
jednak czasami
related to the
czegoś
fact
brakuje,
that
ale
sometimes
jeżeli
something's
adaptujemy
missing.
się, to znaczy,
But
że
if we
jeszcze
are
są duże
adapting,
rezerwy
it
w
means
naszym
we
zespole,
still
możemy
have
to
big
wypracować,
reserves
oczywiście
in our
potrzebujemy do
team.
tego czasu,
We can
na
tap on
adaptację
them,
już
but we
takiej
still need time.
kwalifikacyjnej.
At this tournament, there is no time anymore.
Jeśli nie macie państwo więcej
If you have no
pytań,
further
dziękujemy i
questions, thank you
zapraszamy na
very
dzisiejsze
much
spotkanie.
and see you tomorrow.
Dziękujemy.
Thank you.